Are you struggling to create a better life for yourself and reach your goals? Then stay tuned, because in this video we're going to go over the 10 top tips for success that you can apply today. Step number 1, surround yourself with success. Now, you may have heard of the saying called your network is your net worth. This is so true. Now, I love a quote from Warren Buffett. He's one of the world's richest men, and he basically says that you need to make friends with people that you admire and aspire to be like. So be friends with people that you want to be like. You look up to them, they inspire you. When you're around them, the conversations will go differently, okay? You won't be gossiping about this person and that person. What you'll be doing is you'll realize that your energy, your frequency will level up. You'll be on a different level of conversation, a high level of conversation, and that's what you want. The lowest form of conversation is remember when. Do you find yourself when you're catching up with your mates, you're saying, oh, remember when we did this, remember when we did that? That's a low frequency, a low vibration. You want to be around people that you're talking to each other about leveling up. How can we get to the next level? And these are the kind of friends that you want to be around, people that have got a zest for life. When I was younger, I was around the wrong crowd. I was with the wrong group of friends. And when we turned 18, they went to prison for a very long time. Okay, so at that time I was getting into trouble myself with the police. I was basically a little okay. I was young though, so I do forgive myself. But what it is, guys, is they went to jail for years and years. I had to create a new circle, and I realized at that point that this was like a breaking point for myself. So I understood that what I needed to do was get around people that are on job. You know, they want to go places, they're driven. So I joined a kickboxing gym, and all of the guys training and the trainer that was running the gym, it was disciplined. The trainer was actually like a famous fighter himself, so I was able to look at him and see what he was doing in terms of food, discipline, training, and his mindset. And what I realized, guys, is that you have to be obsessed with what it is that you're doing. So I got that same vibe from the fighter, the owner. Shout out to you, Paul. But basically I realized that all the people that I was in that gym with, they was all disciplined, focused, motivated, and driven. And it actually rubbed off on me massively, guys. So changing your environment and getting around different groups of people, you'll become friends with these people that you're around. Tip number 2, keep a student mindset. Now, guys, this is something I always say, okay? You've got to have a student mindset. The reason being is because you can't just get complacent. Let's say, for example, you get some success in life. A lot of people, what they do is, and I've noticed it, is they'll take their foot off the gas. They'll think, yeah, cool, I've got this, I know what to do, I'm sorted. And they just rinse and repeat what they're doing. But that's the wrong mentality. You have to have a student mindset and constantly be learning and leveling yourself up on, right, this is where I'm at right now, this is where I want to get to, so right, how can I get to here? When you're there, how can I get to here? So one practical tip that you can do is when you're getting ready in the mornings, get a podcast on, read books, listen to audiobooks, study successful people that are actually doing what it is that you want to do. Okay, now this is ultimately the best way of learning. Other things you can do as well is find a mentor, someone that is killing it in the field that you want to get into. You've got to keep learning, guys, okay? So that's tip number 2, is keep a student mindset. Okay, guys, number 3, and I think this is probably one of the most important steps, is mastering self-discipline. Now, guys, this is easier said than done, I know. It's very easy for someone to have some areas of their life where they've got discipline boxed off, you know, they're good. For example, someone could be very consistent with working out, but they might be very inconsistent and lack discipline when it comes to their food. So for myself, that was the case, and it's something I'm still working on, guys. I'm trying to get this area of my life boxed off. Areas of discipline, you've got working out, eating right, working discipline as well. So for example, running your business, are you showing up? Are you showing up as your best self consistently on a day-to-day basis? So these are a few different types of discipline, but I do think that we need to make sure every area is covered. Okay, so you can't just be disciplined in one area and lack the others. Anything that is not serving you, eliminate it from your life. Okay, eliminate it. So there might be a lot of guys watching, they might have, for example, addictions. Guys, you need to eliminate that. Honestly, you do, because if you want to level up, you want to get to the next level in life, anything not serving you is energy wasted. Preserve your energy, make sure that you're focusing on the right things. And when it comes to self-discipline, again, it links back to being around the right people, because people will rub off on you subconsciously, okay? So if you're around disciplined people, it's going to be easier for you to be disciplined as well. Step number 4, be competitive. Now, guys, you want to be competitive with yourself. You want to become the best version of yourself, guys, okay? But also at the same time, it's good to have healthy competition, all right? So I started in a sales environment, was one of my longest jobs. I was in a call center. I was selling, cold calling customers on the phone. And every single day when I went there, I had the mentality of, right, let me try and become number one on this board every single day. That's how I showed up to work, okay? So if you're in a job, a similar job, do the same thing. You know, smash your targets, become number one at whatever you're doing. So I'll give you a quick example. Myself and Sean Davis, we run a business together called the High Performance Academy. We hosted a retreat, and me and Sean were getting very competitive on who can sell the most tickets for the retreat. So things like that, it's competitive, it's fun, but guess what? It levels you up. I'll tell you guys, I've got a chip on my shoulder, and I think that's okay. I really do. I've got a chip on my shoulder to be the best at what I'm doing. If you ever feel the same, then do not worry. It's a good thing. Utilize it. Use that energy and have that obsession and put it into the right things, and you will become successful. Step number 5, never compare yourself to anyone else. Comparison is the thief of joy, guys. It really is. When you compare yourself to other people, it's very easy to do nowadays because we've got social media. Lots of people are active, showcasing what it is that they're doing. But guys, it's very easy to compare yourself. So what I would say is just be careful who you're following. I have a lot of people that say, Luigi, when did you get your first property, bro? And I say, when I was 22. And they say, oh, I'm 26 and I still don't have my first one. Guys, that is the wrong mindset to have. Worry about your own journey. Everything is in God's timing, guys. So you don't want to be looking at other people and thinking, why have they done it and I've not done it? Say if someone's got something or they're living a certain lifestyle that you want to be looking at, right, how can I do that for myself? And try and pick up tips from them rather than envying them and looking at them and thinking, oh, they've got that, but I don't. Well, realistically, you should be grateful for everything that you've got, and then more will flow into your life. Number 6, you need to understand discipline versus motivation. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline is what counts. Discipline is what matters, guys. So when you have discipline, you will show up, you will do the work, you will do the things that you don't necessarily want to do. But motivation, not every single day you're going to be motivated. There's a lot of days I wake up and I just think, oh, I can't be bothered. But guess what? I know I have to do it. And I always look at my goals, and that's what keeps me so disciplined. I don't even want to say motivated. I just want to say, when I look at these goals, I think, right, I need to do this, 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 and this to get to that. Now, discipline is all about keeping promises to yourself. So when I was looking for my first investment property, I literally did 40 viewings before I purchased that one house. Now, I could have easily, done 6 viewings and chose the best one and then bought it. But I said to myself, no, I'm going to discipline myself. I want to get a deal. I want to buy something below market value. And that's what I did. My first property I bought it for 125,000, but it was worth 150. So you can see the discipline paid off. I did 40 viewings before I bought that first house. So there's another quote from Ronda Rousey, who is like an ex-UFC champion. And I just thought it was really cool. I wanted to share it. She basically says, be a champion even on your worst days. So say if you slept horribly, you're feeling like crap, you're run down, it's towards the end of the week, but you've got to show up to training like a champion. Okay, now you can apply this in other areas too, not just training, of course. And that leads me on to step number 7, which is have a champion mindset. Now, Muhammad Ali has a quote, which I always remember as well, which is, I hated every minute of training, but I said, don't quit, suffer now and live the rest of my life as a champion. So that mentality of, right, I'm in this, I'm disciplined, this is what I'm doing. For example, I'm doing 40 viewings. Okay, cool. I hated it. It was boring. It was tiresome. I was traveling by Uber everywhere because I didn't have a car license. But I said to myself, right, do this now. So later on, I can be living in equity, in an equity position, meaning I've created equity from buying that first house. I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what it took to get there. So it's just a case of doing it. So suffer now. Okay, so if you hate what you're doing, suffer it out if it's going to lead to the end result that you do want. If it was easy, everyone would do it, right? So that will really help you with having that mindset. It's a great tip for success. Step number 8, live below your means. Now guys, I'm very transparent about where I'm at in terms of my business and my property journey. I'll give you an example. Right now, I could go to the dealership and buy a supercar, for example. I'm not going to do that, guys. And the reason being is because I know where I'm at. Yes, there is a certain car which I do want in the future. I want a red Ferrari. But I'm being disciplined and I'm living below my means right now. It's crucial. You don't want to basically increase your income through your different businesses and then your outgoings come here and now you're just breaking even every month. You want to keep them low. And this is hard to do. I see a lot of young guys messing up, especially with the car thing. And what they do is as soon as they get a little, 5-6 grand, boom, deposit on a car. Don't do that. If you're listening, you're thinking about doing it, slap yourself in the face and do not buy that car. Invest in assets, physical assets that you can go and see. That's why I love property, guys. You can go and touch it. It's not like crypto where it's in the air, in the stratosphere, in the metasphere. No, this is real. You can go there, you can see the property, you can touch the bricks. That's why I love real estate and property. This is what brings me on to step number 9, which is invest in assets, not liabilities. An asset is basically something that you can buy that's going to create you profit every single month, or something you can buy that's going to go up in value over time and actually create you wealth that way. A liability is something you buy that costs you money every month, okay? So that's the difference between an asset and a liability. When I was growing up in Nottingham, I noticed a trend. The trend was that a lot of young people and my peers, when I was around 18, 19 years old, everyone was basically saving up money from working, and then they was basically buying cars, like nice cars, like the latest Golf, the latest Mercedes. And guys, people was leaving themselves broke and very short just to basically try and look cool and have a nice car. When realistically, what they should have done is invest in property, invest in assets, tangible assets that can actually touch. Or they should have been investing their money basically. Even if it was in like a S&P 500, they would have done way better with that investment. If you need a car, then definitely get one, but just don't be going for the super expensive car. It's just not needed, guys. You can do all of that later. So it's all about having delayed gratification, all right? So what I did was, when I came across my first £10,000, I blew it. I went to Dubai like an idiot, but guess what? When I made it again, I was around, 22 years old. Then I bought a house because I learned from my mistakes of the past. Save it for later once you've got an asset base, because now your assets will actually pay for your lifestyle. Your property income, your property profits per month, they will actually pay for you to go to Dubai or pay for you for your car. Step number 10, become obsessed with self-improvement. So what it feels like for myself is a constant pursuit of becoming better in every aspect of my life. That's ultimately what I see self-improvement as. And becoming obsessed with it is a point of, right, you look at your whole life and you think, right, where's my weak areas? What do I need to work on? And you actually take action on those weak points to basically level yourself up. You do this year on year, and watch when you become 30. If you're 20 years old watching this video right now, you follow these steps to a T, I can guarantee you that when you're 30 years old, you're gonna be in a power position, all right? So when you've got a self-improvement mindset and you're taking steps to, actually self-improve, then you're gonna see benefits in your fitness, your relationships, your friendships, your work, your businesses. You're gonna see benefits throughout your whole life, guys. And honestly, that is the one biggest tip from this video, is become obsessed with self-improvement. Practice the law of attraction. That is step number 11. So one thing I do, guys, is I set clear, specific goals and I write them in the past tense. So for example, my current goals right now, this is what it looks like. It's on my notes, on my iPhone. In the morning, what I'll actually do is the first thing I'll look at is my goals, yearly goals. It will say Luigi Newton, the 1st of January 2025, because I made those goals on the 1st of Jan 2024. It will say I own 40 properties in Nottingham. I am in the best shape of my life. I have a specific car. My friends and family are all blessed. Everyone is healthy and stress-free. I list off these goals, guys, and I'm writing them as if they've already happened. And what it is, guys, it's tricking your mind that you've already got these things in place, all right? Now, it doesn't have to just be, physical things that you can own or buy. We're talking about your relationships, how they're going, everything. You can cover everything in your yearly goals, guys, and look at it every morning. It's going to start off your day in the right way, guys, but make sure they're clear and specific. The more specific, the better. But there's 2 rules, guys. It's got to be positive and possible. And that's a practical tip you guys can do. Implement it straight away. And guys, remember, if you are looking to get to the next level in your property and business journey, then all you need to do, guys, is click on this link in the description of this video. You can apply to have me as your coach and mentor. Now, guys, it is application only. I can't work with everyone. There's some questions on that form. If you fill those out and, we do think you will be a good applicant for someone that we want to work with, then my team will jump on a call with you guys on Zoom, and they'll basically interview you and see if you've been successful with your application. So guys, stay tuned for more videos just like this. Like, comment, subscribe. See you all next week.